Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How's everyone doing today? I'm just gonna pretend like I heard you guys answer that back. If you've been missing my true crime nail tutorials, then it's your lucky day because it's about to go down. If you don't know who I am, hi, hello, my name is Janessa and I enjoy doing nails and nail related content with a little dash of true crime. If you aren't sure what I mean by that, I'm trying to get consistent on posting these types of videos once a week where I still do a nail tutorial for you guys, but instead of talking about the nails and the steps I'm doing, I talk about a true crime case that I have found interesting instead. I do all my own research on these cases and I try to learn everything I can about it. And then I report my findings back to you guys. It's super chill and I absolutely love doing it. I find it so fascinating, and if I wasn't doing nails on YouTube, I'd exclusively, hands down, without a doubt, be doing just true crime content. I'm very passionate about spreading awareness about the victims and trying to get justice to the families. So it's just a little thing that I love. Also, I gotta add a little also in here. Also, I'm not copying anybody's ideas or whatever. It's so funny. The last 3 murder, mystery, and nail tutorials that I posted, I've had someone tag and tell Miss 3+ million subscriber Bailey Syrian, who I also have like a mad girl crush on. Shh, don't tell. To, and I quote, "Watch out because apparently I'm coming for her niche." Yeah, me, little Janessa over here in my small little corner of YouTube with less than 2,000 subscribers, primarily doing nail tutorials. And I've posted, what, like a couple true crime tutorials and I'm doing nails on top of it. Suddenly I'm coming for the makeup guru, YouTube OG, Bailey Syrian. Like, you guys, come on. Seriously, like, even though I love her and like, sure, I'm inspired by her, but it's like completely different, you know? I gotta stop with that. I always give credit where credit is due, and I'm not copying anyone. I haven't even seen a channel that's like doing true crime and nails, like that's all that they're doing. And even if there was, it doesn't matter. Like, this is YouTube, you know, nobody owns anything. We're all here just to do what we love. And yeah, I just have to get that out there because, you know, transparency, I just feel like I have to get that out there. Anyway, I try and bring you guys at least 1, 2, sometimes even 3 videos every single week. So if that sounds of interest to you and you aren't already, please click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell so YouTube will notify you every time I post, because if you don't, YouTube will just pick what videos they want to notify you on, which means YouTube will never notify you. I also want to give a big thank you and shout out to today's sponsor of this video, which is Modelones. They sent me this super cute polygel and nail art kit to unbox and share with you guys. So whenever you shop with Modelones, don't forget to use my code SLAYBYJAY and you will save yourself some money. Thank you again, Modelones, for sponsoring today's video. And if you would like to hear about today's true crime case and do some nails with me, then please keep watching. Bye! Today's case happened within the last month. Some of you may have heard about it already, and there are still a lot of unanswered questions. But while researching this one, it kind of hit home to me a little bit. So I just wanted to help get the word out and spread awareness about this. We are going to be talking about a 26-year-old Instagram influencer by the name of ALEXIS SHARKEY. But before I paint the whole scene for you, I'm going to give you a quick briefing on what happened to Alexis. So on the Friday after Thanksgiving, which was November 27th, literally almost exactly a month ago, ALEXIS SHARKEY left her apartment in Houston, Texas, and vanished without a trace. She recently moved to Houston in January with her new husband of only a year, 49-year-old Tom Sharkey, who was 23 years her senior. Now, I know age is just a number, but just something to keep in mind. The Sharkeys were married in 2019, but according to friends, trouble may have been brewing. When Alexis didn't return, her husband, Tom Sharkey, began reaching out to her friends and family members, asking them if they had seen the vivacious young woman who had become a well-known Instagram influencer in the Houston area. No one had apparently seen or heard from Alexis for over 24 hours, which was completely out of character for her, which you will learn about here soon. Tom Sharkey did not report his wife missing, but her mother, Stacy Robinhall, who lived in another state, which was Pennsylvania, where Alexis was born and raised, yeah, she notified the police, not her husband. "We are so very desperate," her mother wrote on Facebook on November 28th. "Please help us find her and bring her home." But the following morning, just 2 days after she was last seen, the family's worst nightmare came true. A sanitation truck driver saw a pair of feet protruding from some bushes and discovered Alexis's nude body along a Houston road just 3 miles from her apartment. The cause of death wasn't immediately apparent. Authorities said her body showed no outward signs of trauma. While final results from the autopsy are still pending at the time of me posting this video, the coroner's office says they have not ruled out foul play. Now, what's interesting about that is where Alexis's body was found. It was very obvious that whoever discarded her took no action to try and hide her body whatsoever. Like, she was literally placed in an open area between 2 bushes, her feet just sticking out. Like, whoever would have drove or walked by would have like obviously noticed her. Alexis has a YouTube channel where she sporadically posted videos, which are all currently still public, by the way. But some of them are vlogs with her and her husband traveling, and they had this adorable cat they took with them on all their trips. And they would stop at beautiful sceneries, and she would run and jump into her husband's arms like a freaking scene out of the movie The Notebook. And they just looked so cute and happy. You can tell from her socials how sweet she was and how much fun she looked like she was having in her life. And being this gorgeous influencer, she just appeared to have the perfect life. The 26-year-old, who was the oldest of 3 sisters, grew up in northwestern Pennsylvania, and after she obtained her biology degree at the University of Pittsburgh, she decided to take a year off before attending medical school. Well, that gap year, quote unquote, knocked her onto a different path, her mother said. When Alexis took a year off after graduating, she began cultivating a loyal social media following. At the time of her death, she had around 20,000 followers on her Instagram, and her bio described her as a mentor who now promotes toxic-free living and has proudly retired the 9-to-5. Alexis moved to West Texas, where she met and married her husband, Tom. She also became a full-time social media influencer. She loved what she did, her mom said. She had been working with an online company and was selling in health-based hair care and body care products. Alexis had been working as a contractor with Monet, a hair and skincare brand that employs multi-level marketing practices. Alexis loved selling Monet products, and she was apparently really good at it. For those of you that aren't aware of what an MLM is, it stands for Multi-Level Marketing Company, or also known as a pyramid scheme. A lot of people are against them because it's usually a lot of false hopes and promises, but that was different for Alexis. She really believed in the products Monet was selling. I mean, you can see how pretty her hair was, so I'm guessing the products were working for her, and she was ranking in the company. She became an executive director and doing well for herself. To make good money in an MLM, you don't only have to sell the products, but you also have to recruit as many other people as possible to also sell the products as well. And those people you recruit go underneath you, in a sense, and become your downline. And you make a percentage or a commission off everything your downline sells, and the people that they then recruit to sell the products too. So it becomes this big pyramid, and the person at the top usually makes all the money. Alexis was allegedly making up towards $5,000 a month and even got a $10,000 bonus check from the company that she posted on her Instagram. From the outside looking in, Alexis seemed to have a great life. She was traveling the world, making money, and the couple certainly appeared to be happy. Alexis regularly included her husband in her Instagram posts and even shared a snapshot of them wearing matching Halloween costumes on October 24th. I think they looked so good in this costume, like they killed it. But according to Alexis's close friends, Alexis and Tom were having marital problems. And Alexis had allegedly told her friends she was planning on filing for divorce, but she had not filed yet. Tom has denied those rumors, but I guess their bank accounts were already separated, and yeah, like it was gonna happen, but he says no. The day before Alexis went missing on November 27th, she celebrated Thanksgiving in Houston with her girlfriends. Now, I don't know about you, but if you're a newlywed and this is going to be your first Thanksgiving with your husband, aren't you going to spend it with him? Especially if you're like so in love and you aren't having marital problems like Tom says. Like, it just strikes me very odd. So she goes over to her best friend Tanya's house and spends Thanksgiving with her friends and her friend's entire family. When Tom was asked why he didn't spend Thanksgiving with Alexis, he said, "Oh, we did. We had a Thanksgiving breakfast instead." I've personally never heard of people doing that, but that's what Tom is claiming. We do know that Alexis spent majority of the day at Tanya's house, though. So meanwhile, Alexis is at her friend's house having Thanksgiving on that Thursday. And her friend group were all making plans to meet up on that following Saturday to watch movies and have a girls' night. Alexis had a really close group of about 6 or 7 girlfriends that she had met, and they all had a group text. They would all text back and forth and talk every day. I have friends that I do that with. And they said that Alexis was always the first one to text back because she always had her phone on her. I mean, that's how she worked, was from her phone. So Alexis leaves and goes home Thursday night after Thanksgiving. Friday comes and Alexis messages the group chat around 6 p.m. and asks, "What's everyone doing tonight? Does anyone want to hang out?" And since it was Thanksgiving weekend, her friends messaged back saying that they were just chilling with their families at home and they were going to stay in for that night, but they were excited for their movie date tomorrow and they would all see each other, and that was that. Little did her friends know that was the last time they would ever talk to their amazing friend Alexis. Saturday rolls around and Alexis doesn't show up for the movie day. I guess it was like a rainy, gloomy day, so she was supposed to arrive sometime late morning and never shows up, which they all thought was strange because Alexis isn't the friend that bails on plans, and she especially isn't the friend that doesn't respond to text. Her friends got worried the next day when every single text message and phone call goes unanswered. They grew more and more alarmed when they realized Alexis, who had about 20,000 Instagram followers at the time of her death, hadn't posted on social media for more than 12 hours. Tanya rushed to Alexis and her husband's apartment, and no one answered the door. She sat in the parking lot and waited for hours, hoping to see her returning home and that this could all be explained. Like, such a good friend, huh? But unfortunately, their worst fears were realized Saturday when they learned Alexis' body had been found about 3 miles from her apartment. In the morning on Saturday, November 28th, a sanitation worker employed by the city of Houston Solid Waste saw something strange on the side of the road. The employee called his boss, John Richardson, for help. The employee said he thought he saw a body or a mannequin and that the employee was scared. Richardson said he immediately called 911 after coming upon Sharkey's body, which was nude and had no visible injuries, police said. So, according to Tom, the last time he saw Alexis was Friday night. She had apparently been drinking and became pretty intoxicated when she insisted she wanted to drive and go somewhere. Tom told her she wasn't allowed to drive under the influence, but she was still free to leave. He said, "She understood me and I understood her. We didn't fight when she left. I told her she couldn't drive under the influence. She left anyhow, and this is where we're at." She never returned home after that. Tom hasn't clarified where Alexis was even trying to go that night. Why was she trying to go, and why didn't he make sure his young wife was safe when she allegedly left intoxicated on a cold, dark night in November on foot? Like, who does that, you guys? There are so many unanswered questions that I personally have about this story. And what's crazy is while on Saturday, everyone's trying to search for Alexis to find her, her body had already been discovered early that morning and was unidentified. She was labeled as an unidentified Jane Doe. Like, the police found her while her family was searching for her, and they didn't even know who she was. And police didn't know who she was for another 24 hours until her husband, Tom, allegedly, you guys, listen to this. So Tom allegedly walked into the coroner's office asking if they had an unidentified bodies because his wife had been missing since Friday night. So Tom wasn't even notified and asked to come. He just shows up to identify her body. He said he saw a news report about a body of an unknown woman was found dead, so he just wanted to check to see if it was his wife. Like, how strange is that? She was always happy, always had a smile on her face. A lot of people looked up to her. She was just very, very positive, Tanya said, who was her best friend. I don't know who could have done something like this. We aren't going to let this go. We're going to find whoever did this. And yeah. Internet commenters soon began pointing fingers at Tom, prompting him to take to social media to defend himself. He, put all these crazy claims out there and basically went nuts. Like, so pissed. People are saying he did it. Tom Sharkey said that he was receiving death threats as people on social media speculated that he has something to do with this. And so right now, like, that's basically it. We're still waiting for her autopsy. It's been almost a month. Police have still not let us know anything. Her husband's still just roaming free. I personally think that he did it. Like, there's a lot more. Like, you guys can look up some more videos and watch it. This is just basically the gist of all of it. But I'm pretty we're gonna find, there's no way her naked body was just laying 3 miles from her house. Like, all her friends said she was not like this. So yeah, I hope you guys like these nails, these little milk bath nails. Aren't they cute? They took a long time, but they were really fun. Merry Christmas, by the way. I love you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed this murder mystery and you like these nails. I will be back with a very consistent upload schedule next week. I promise you guys. Thank you for bearing with me. Hello to all my new subscribers, and I will see you guys soon. Let me know if you like these nails, if you like this story. And yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Although it's been said